Riders of the storm, riders of the storm, into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown, like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. Riders of the storm. Hello, my name is Drew James and I'm from LearnGuitarInLondon.com and I'm playing Riders of the Storm by The Doors. So this is a very, very simple, easy beginner's version of the song. The song itself actually doesn't really have much rhythm guitar in it. It's mainly just this psychedelic tripped out keyboard fest with some drums and obviously fantastic vocals and some sort of comped little guitar parts, little lead guitar parts to add atmosphere and mood. But what I wanted to do is make a nice little simple strum along, sing along version of this, which uses nice easy open chords so that you can, you know, have a little sing song with it, really. I mean, that was the main reason. Now, there's one thing I just want to ask of you before I teach the lesson. And that is, just before the lesson, I was working on a fingerstyle version of this, where the guitar was playing the melody and the chords at the same time, so you didn't need to sing. Now, is that something that you'd want to see a lesson of? If it is, then give this video a thumbs up. And if this video gets more than 100 thumbs up, then I'll make that video as well, because it was sounding quite cool. And I just want to know if you guys would like to try a fingerstyle version of a Doors song. So let me know. Okay, without further ado, let's learn how to play it. To play this song, you're going to need a series of easy open chords. Now, when I say easy, what I mean is that they're popular, they're used a lot, okay? If you're a complete beginner, you probably won't find them that easy, but I am going to take you through exactly how to play them. Those chords are E minor, A, C, D, and A minor, and that's it. That's all you're going to need for the whole song. So if you can already play those chords, and I've included something on screen now where you can skip into the video so you can get started with learning the order and the rhythm so that you can get playing the song. If you can't, I'm going to be showing you how to make them, and more importantly, how to change between them quickly, which is something you're going to need to be able to do in this song, okay? So your first chord is an E minor. Now, just before I make that, we just need a system with the strings. So there's 6 strings on the guitar, and I label the strings Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Good by Eddie. Okay, E, A, D, G, B, E. So if I say go to the 2nd fret, 1, 2, on the E string, thickest E string, this is where you'd be. Okay, if I said 3rd fret on the G string, that's where you'd be. Okay, so that's the system we're going to use. E minor, take your middle and ring finger on this hand and put them on the 2nd fret on the A and the D string, okay? Now squeeze them together and with your plectrum or your thumb if you're using one, using it, obviously you have a thumb, strum all 6 strings. All 6 strings for that. Then you're going to change to an A chord. Now a nice quick change to an A, you may have already learnt it one way, but I do suggest trying this way. Move your middle and ring finger down so they're on the D and G string, okay? Then put your little finger so that it's on the 2nd fret also on the B string, okay? So it looks like that, all right? So your fingers should all be squeezed together and then strum the bottom 5 strings. So going from E minor to A, we're E minor, move the middle and ring down, pinky tucked underneath, A, strum the bottom 5 for A. A changes to A minor, which is a very easy change. So what I want you to do is lift up your little finger, leave this middle and ring here, and put your index on the 1st fret on the B string. So your 2nd fret, and 1st fret, and strum the bottom 5 strings, like you do for A. So that's A minor. So A to A minor, here's A. Index finger spare, getting it prepped up and ready, put it down, lift up the pinky, there's your A minor. A minor changes to C, which is, once again, is a very simple change. Just lift up your ring finger from the 2nd fret on the G and put it on the 3rd fret on the A string. A student of mine described this chord recently as a diagonal shape. And you know what, that made a lot of sense to me. You should think of chords as shapes on your fingers. It makes you learn them faster. So there's your C chord. and strum the bottom 5 strings. Okay. The C chord changes to the D chord. Now there's no shortcut for a D, there's no like quick easy way like we've had with the others, but to go to a D we lift up everything, put the index finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret also on the thinner string, the E, and ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B, and strum the bottom 4 strings. Okay, so C to D. Might take a bit of changing to get your fingers locking into that position. My thumb is round the neck of the guitar. Even though you may see professionals bring their thumb over, I suggest when you're a beginner, bring your thumb round the back to encourage you to go on your fingertips and grow the muscles in your hands. Okay, I think now we're ready for the order of the chords and the rhythm. So, for your E minor, you're going to go... So we're going to go 4 strums on E minor, 1 and 2 and. We're then going to change to A and complete the bar with 3 and 4 and. So that's 4 down strums for each chord. Okay, and that's what we're going to do whenever at the beginning. Obviously. A. And then when the singing comes in, Riders of the Storm, A. Another one, E minor, A. Riders of the Storm, A. E minor, A. Okay, now before we move on to Into This House We're Born and the chord changes there, let's just have a little closer look at the rhythm, right? So the beat that I'm doing, yes I am going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but there's a bit more to it than that, just listen. So what I'm doing is the first 3 strums, I'm doing them quite quiet. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So on the 3rd hit, I'm doing it louder, so I'm doing 2 quiet strums. Now how I'm making them quiet is I'm just clipping the top 3 strings of the E minor, and the same with the A, I'm just clipping the A, D and G string because we don't strum the E string with an A chord. So I'm going quiet strums that are bigger hits, and that just gives what's known as movement or a groove really to the rhythm. So listen, I'll do it slowly. So that's little strum, big, little strum change, little strum, big, little strum. Okay, so that's 2 little strums, 1 big strum or accented louder strum if you prefer, and then followed by a little strum. And we're going to be doing that throughout the E minor to A part, okay? Riders of the storm, riders of the storm. Then, Into This House We're Born, we're going to change to an A minor, lift up the pinky, put the index down on the 1st fret, and we're going to go Into This House We're Born. Now this time with the A minor, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the change to C and D. I'll take you through that again. So I've changed my rhythm slightly. I'm going 1 and 2 and, so I'm doing accents on the numbers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or if you prefer, big, little, big, little, big, little, big, little. We then change to a C, put it up, ring finger up to the 3rd fret on the A string and leave everything else there, and then we're just doing that for 4, 1 and 2 and then to D for 4, 1 and 4 and. So I'll go from the A minor. In A minor we're born, C, D, and then to E minor. Into this house we're thrown. Back into our regular rhythm that I showed you before. Little, big and little. Okay, so let's do everything up to there so far. So, E minor and A, E minor and A, done. And then into, so we're going to move on now, into the D. We're going to go back to the second star rhythm. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so that's what we're doing for the D. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and then C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Like a D without a bone, a C out on loan, E minor to A, like we had before, E minor for 4, A for 4, kill her on the road. Okay, that is your order for all of the verses, and basically the whole song. You'll notice that the song goes off into a complete sort of psychedelia sort of jazz freak out, and you know, it's pretty tricky to do that with an acoustic guitar. Sometimes what I do in the instrumentals is I just change the rhythm a little bit. I'm not going to teach you how to do that, but I'll just give you a little idea of what my ad-lib would be. So sweet memory will die, kill her on the road. So when it gets to the instrumentals, do the same order of chords. This is the sort of rhythm I'd be doing. To the A minor, C, D, back to D, C. Thanks so much for watching this lesson. This was brought to you by brightonguitars.co.uk. I upload 2 new videos to my channel every week, so 2 new lessons, and sometimes they're fingerstyle, they're always acoustic, sometimes they're strum along, sometimes they're folk. There's lots of different stuff, but it's mainly acoustic, and it's always taught by myself, and it's always taught with patience and understanding of what it's like when you're a complete beginner. So if you have enjoyed this video, then hit subscribe and also give it a like, give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. So I shall see you, if you want, over at my website where there is 200 plus free guitar lessons there. That's learnguitarinlondon.com. You can click the link above or in the video description. Keep on playing and see you soon.